Welcome. This is a sacred success activation and a journey inward. Let's take a moment now to find stillness. Place your feet on the floor. Let your breath deepen. Let your body soften. Let yourself arrive fully. You're here not just physically, but soulfully. And today we're opening the space to explore something sacred, your own evolving definition of success. And I want to begin today by sharing a bit of my own story, because perhaps you'll find echoes of your own in it. Now, in my early 30s, I had what many would call a successful life. The checklist was complete, goals reached, boxes ticked. And yet, instead of feeling full, it felt hollow. There was a quiet, persistent ache beneath it all, a kind of despair that came not from failure, but from achieving everything and still feeling lost. At the time, I did what most of us are taught to do. I looked for solutions through the conventional lens, so therapy, medication, labels, but none of it touched the deeper question that was burning inside of me. So if I've done everything right, why did it all feel so wrong? And that's when something began to shift. Not suddenly, not all at once, but with curiosity, I started asking myself different questions like, whose version of success am I living? What definitions have I inherited about success, about worth, about fulfillment? And perhaps most importantly, what would it mean to redefine success in a way that truly honors my soul? And that was the beginning of this sacred journey, one where success became less about status and much more about soul, less about striving and more about alignment, less about making it and much more about becoming. I began to let go of false identities, who I thought I had to be as a career woman, a mother, a wife, and I turned inward, learning to listen to my energy, to trust my intuition, to connect with nature, with spirit, and with parts of me that had long been silenced. Success stopped being a destination. It became a sacred relationship, a living conversation between me and my divinity, me and my purpose, me and the world I'm here to serve. And so now I invite you into that conversation because your definition of sacred success is unique. It's not something you need to figure out today. It's something you remember, something you reclaim. So I want to ask you these questions and feel free to answer any one of them below. And of course, you can journal for yourself. And I'm sure that most of you are here because you have been thinking of these questions in some way or another. So first, where have you been living somebody else's definition of success? Where is your soul calling for a different kind of fulfillment? What does sacred success feel like in your body, your energy, your relationships, your work? Now take a few breaths here. Let these questions move through you, not to analyze, but to activate, to stir something true. If it helps, you may want to place your hand over your heart or over your belly and whisper, I am allowed to redefine what success means to me. I honor the sacred path my soul has chosen. I give myself permission to change the rules. And now take a moment, just a few quiet minutes, to write or maybe record a voice note about what's arising from deep inside of you. There are no wrong answers. It's only about tapping into your truth and allowing for that unfolding. This is a living process. It's not about having the right answer. It's about staying in relationship with what's sacred, with what lights you up, with what deeply fulfills you beyond the surface. I want to thank you for being here with me in this space. And I can't wait to hear what sacred success means to you.